You alright, guys? Red Pill Phil, how you all doing? Hopefully good. I just kind of wanted to do this video as like a final thought to the pilgrimage down to Bristol to attend the march. It was an absolutely brilliant march. If I'm going to try and keep the video time down, I absolutely loved it. Everyone who was there was honest, genuine, nice, but at the same time determined. Everyone had a sense of camaraderie. People I'd never even met, but I felt so warm in their presence. It was just a happy time, even though there was so much grief, anger, hatred being thrown. It just wasn't being sent from us at all. One thing I did notice, what was different than normal on the other two marches I attended, I slightly had a different perspective, because for me, going up there, my main duty, or going down there rather, my main duty was to film, document it all, and try and get as much and as accurate information for the channel, for everyone who's watching, for subscribers that have got no access to getting hold of this march. So it was very interesting to see it from that different perspective, because then it brought the outside view in, which there shouldn't be an outside view. It should be a unilateral view. We should all be thinking the same way. We don't want it. It's not right. I mean, considering what the march all represented, which was the gay community, British immigrant community, all flying under the one banner, just saying it's not right. Personally, I think Annie Greek, I commend you. You've done an absolutely fabulous job. The way it was all organised, the way you liaised with the police, all went well. I think the police were absolutely fantastic. I'm not a lover of the police state as such. It was great. I thought they'd done a fantastic job. They were very nice and casual round with us. It wasn't penning us in like we were Nazis or the wrong people, or let's just get them out of the way. It was it was the opposite way to a degree. The left that come out, the Brighton anti-fascist, they just shown themselves. In the footage, I don't know whether you've seen any of the clips. Have a look. I've kind of tried to document it in little segments, and the only bit of aggression, the only bit of hatred was coming from the left, that side. Whether it was Antifa, that were just some pot noodle eating students that didn't really know what was going on, to normal innocent bystanders that were just walking by and having their little piece. I had a couple of conversations with, a man and a lady. Their views were quite staunch, quite blinded. They didn't want to see it from any other point of view. They just totally drunk the Kool-Aid. So it was interesting to get their point of view across, and also to look at the demographics. Look, these were all apparently just normal people. You'd walk, you'd have a drink with these, I think the lady was a school teacher, she implied. So, maybe if you're not talking politics, I'm sure they're absolutely top people. But get them talking on the subject of this, and you could see what come out. Particularly with a lady, it was just a refusal to accept that this march was anything other than hatred. And even with a gentleman as well, it was almost like everything that's happened over the past 6 weeks, all the other affiliations to the right wing, the far right, was thrown into that one march. Now, it just seems very redundant, that argument, but I think I've already done a video about this. I think the chat brought up the subject of the 4 soldiers that were convicted. Now, I distinctly done a video on that story, and for me, my breakdown of that story kind of validates what I was saying, because when I spoke to that guy, he reacted and encapsulated that incident with the 4 soldiers, Charlottesville, everything that the right has been demonised over, no matter what your feelings, you know, I don't even regard myself as right wing. I'm just a common sense guy, but I do see out of any party at the moment, the right wing are the most logical thinking party. So he kind of just encapsulated that really and just made it seem that it doesn't matter what you do, what you say, you are a racist because I have bought into the headlines. You know, the headline is a sensationalized headline and it steers agendas, and I've bought into that agenda. I'm not going to step back. I'm not going to critically think of how that agenda, how that headline has been constructed, and then read through the actual the whole article. No, I won't do that. I'm just going to grab my little opinion. So before you know it, everyone on this march was representative of Charlottesville, was representative, you know, of what had gone on with these 4 soldiers. No doubt were representatives of what had gone on with the Holocaust. So I'm sure everyone in that march, according to this guy, is absolutely buzzing what went on in the Holocaust. So it's a crazy flipped logic, but these are normal, articulate, intelligent people. So it just shows what the media has done to normal, rational thinking people. And then you get the more lesser intelligent people, the people who can't really articulate themselves, can't put the point across. They'll just prepare to jump on a bandwagon because half a dozen of the mates maybe can semi-articulate themselves and, oh, well, you know, your point will do, so I'll just buy into that. Next thing you know, they're the ones that are causing riots all over the place because the only way they know is to burn the house down. So this is how dangerous it all is. I mean, there was a couple of ladies there. I'd not spoke to them at the march, but they were there. They were in wheelchairs. And they're getting shouted at. They're just attending the march like anyone else, just as peaceful as anyone else. I mean, the community that was built within that march was so nice, so friendly, so genuine and so warm. So for these guys on the left to start shouting at everyone like that, I almost felt sorry. Because it's like, we don't deserve it. I seen the lunacy of it. So it was like I made a laugh and a joke. I made light of it. But at the same time, it was disgusting to kind of treat people who were just attending a march with no hate, no desire of hate that's shown on any member of that march that I seen. So to just kind of categorise them as just out and out haters and Nazi and propagating in hate all over the place. No, it's just common sense and logic. Going back to this man and woman, I mean, they'd obviously shown that it's not affected them, so they just see us as we're just causing problems. No, it's not. It's not affected them because they probably don't live in a major city, what ISIS don't regard as a big target. Or the forces that are allowing ISIS to do what they want, as it may, you know, to see it as a big target. However you want to look at it. It's just a deluded mentality. But that aside, all the speakers were brilliant. I managed to speak with Rebel Media, Lucy Brown and Jack. They were fantastic people, brilliant people, just going out of the way just to film it all and get it all documented. So the march in general, I give it a big thumbs up. And same again, I will give a big respect to Annie Greek. The way it was organised, the way it run on the day, and the crowd participation and the feeling within the crowd, the atmosphere, regardless of the numbers, wasn't massive numbers by any means. But for me, that's a benchmark of how marches should really proceed. Just how nice they was. There was no extremist views there, you know. No matter the provocation that's being hurled from, you know, Muppets. So, thumbs up to everyone who attended the march. Everyone who I met, you know, subscribers I met on the day. Big hello to you guys. Absolutely fantastic. Such lovely people. You've all got the same mentality that this is wrong. and there's no point in kind of pretending that nothing's happening, because something is happening. So we need to talk about it and stop calling me a racist. So thank you to everyone. It was a brilliant march. I'm so glad I attended it. And it's definitely made me mindful to do the same thing again. Just be on the outside of it and just kind of film it rather than be in it. And, you know, it was nice to come in and out. But thank you. Red Pill Phil. Like and subscribe. And really big, massive respect to everyone involved in that march, because it was a brilliant day. And it's a day I'll remember for a long time. So, nice one. See you now.